How's it going, YouTube? Dark Side from Wolfpack Airsoft. This is my first video, and it's going to be a tech video regarding removing the air nozzle regulator from a Wells 4411D. This one varies a little different from other Wells guns because of a piece I will be showing you in a minute. I've gone ahead and removed the securing pins for the externals, so I can just go ahead and get through that. You got two there, one there, the one back there, and the two right there. So I'm going to go ahead and disassemble. That just gets us down to the barrel and trigger. Alright, from here, we've got a couple things we have to take off. Now the reason this really varies from the other ones that just have you take the cylinder housing straight out the back of the gun is this fin right here. The feeder fin pulls your BBs out of your magazine, up this rail, and into the barrel to be fired. So this makes it different. You can't just pull it straight out. I tried, so I went ahead and figured out how to do it this way. Now, the first thing we do have to take off is this half of the top rail, and you'll see why a little later. Alright, that's off. Go ahead and set that to the side. Now the rest of our work, it's done from down here in the bottom area of the gun. Got a little bit of extra lighting here. Try to illuminate the screws. Okay, the first piece we gotta take off is this little feeder tray tube thing. It has 3 screws in it. One here, and there's one in there. I'll go ahead and bring it closer. The one here, and then there's one in there. Let's go ahead and take those off. Alright, once you got that piece off, you can go and set that to the side. The next piece we have to take off is right here. You got these 2 screws. These are what's holding the external part of the barrel into the gun, so we just got to take those off. Alright, once you get to that part, you can go ahead and just unscrew the barrel right off. And that's one reason we had to take off that rail. If you tried to spin it, that rail would get caught. Okay, just slide that right off. Go ahead and set your barrel off to the side. Okay, and now we're down to the part we need to work with, and that is the air nozzle there. I've already taken my regulator out, so I'll just slide it in there just to show you guys how to take it out. It screws right in, screws right out. So, alright, that's what it looks like stock. A tiny little hole. If you're anything like me, you took this thing out, you put a couple BBs in it, you fired it, and were sadly disappointed at the ridiculous lack of FPS and power and accuracy that this thing had. Started looking around and found out that that little piece right there, that's what's doing it. So when you get it, it's pretty simple to take out. You just go ahead and take a flat screwdriver, get in there, just start unscrewing it. It slides, comes right out. Once you get it out most of the way, you can use your fingers. It comes right out. And you'll notice your air nozzle hole much bigger now. Okay, now that you got that done, it's pretty much just doing the same thing in reverse. Slide this back together. Screw your barrel in. Should be about it. Yep. Now, one problem you may have issues with, I did the first few times I did this. There's a little metal part, you can see it sliding back and forth right there. That is what's holding your barrel to the rest of this housing part. And it doesn't always line up just right in those holes. So you may have to take your screwdriver a little bit, maneuver it around until you get those holes lined up. Once you get it pretty close or even lined up perfectly, you throw a screw in there, start screwing it in, that'll pull it. Oh, mine didn't line up right. Alright, there we go. Alright, you just put your screws back in and that'll lock your barrel in. Alright, that's that. And then we reintroduce this piece. Hopefully you still got your screws in it. Slide it back in there. For the most part, it should just go right in. You may have to wrestle with the back part because it doesn't always line up perfectly. Put your screws back in, screw them in. Alright, and don't forget the front one up here. Alright, with that back together, you're pretty much done here. All you really have to do left is put your rail back on. Just gonna line it up. The screws don't go in very far, so back one just keeps spinning. I must have stripped that one out over time. Or either way, your rail's back on. You can slide back on your stock. Replace your body pins. Make sure your hop-up's lined up in the area there. And slide on your front there. Make sure it's lined up with the grooves in right here. Just going to throw in a body pin just to secure the front end on here. Be careful with these, they're not the best quality, and I actually stripped one out, disassembling and reassembling the gun the first few times I did it. And like I thought, I did strip that screw back there out on the rail. Alright, now your gun's back together. You can throw the scope that came with it back on, but now you should be much more satisfied with the feet per second. It's much closer to the feet per second that they say you're going to get on the site, and it's much more accurate with that improved velocity. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave it in the comments down below. If you have any comments or concerns, you can leave those as well. Please like the video, and thanks for watching.